Development is being done by local consulting, which is very, very good. So going forward as we move, I encourage all participants in this workshop. Remember what the MD said. This is a Lwsc Bible. So if you want to be one of the writers of this Bible, we need your participation. So I encourage all participants in this workshop to contribute your expertise, your ideas, and your energy. The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation plays a critical role in ensuring access to clean water and sanitation for all Liberians. To achieve this, the Lwsc must prioritize financial stability, operational excellence, and strong commitment to serving the Liberian people. USAID stands ready to support the Lwsc in reaching its goals. Thank you, and I look forward to working together as we forge forward.
Thank you, Mr. Christian Smith. So between our MD and Mr. Christian Smith, I think some guidelines have been set. The Bible has been confirmed. Where we're going, the direction, the commitment, everything is there. So we need to put the plan together now to make sure that things can happen. So next, we'll call on the man who is really the architect, the WASH-FIN tool, to provide a WASH-FIN tool global overview, Mr. David Fabaza. He's the senior technical advisor. 1 second, David, wait for the MD. Well, when we got our honorables in the room, we have to recognize them. We have with us now our Deputy Minister of Finance, Madam Tanet Brunson. Your remarks, are you in a hurry? Because your remarks will be like you will be closing this section. Oh, you gotta look, you gotta give President the honorable, right? Madam, please come.
So she's the
Deputy Minister for Budget and Development Planning. And this is a huge aspect of our development planning, a part of the rest agenda. So we turn the mic over to her.
Good morning to everyone. Let me use the opportunity to also welcome you to this forum. My apologies for my delay. I'm wearing 2 hats this morning. But I'm excited about this event that the institution decided to take on the initiative of developing a strategic plan, which is key. As most of you are aware, we recently completed the National Development Plan for the country. And so it's only befitting that the water and sewer also do their plan. You know, water and sewer has had a lot of challenges over the years, and the outlook that the new managing director has brought to the institution is breathtaking. Water and sewer not only supposed to provide services to Monrovia, but for the country as well. So it takes intense work to be able to do that. It means that we have all hands on deck. And so crafting this plan is very strategic. And I just hope that all of you here, who are participating in this event, we give your full attention to this process, not only for the preparation, but also when it comes to the execution of the plan as well. So, Honorable Ali, let me say thank you for your initiative, and to your staff and all of those who are supporting this process. Thank you for the support, and we look forward to a fruitful innovation during this engagement. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Minister. Thank you. We appreciate it. I'll do it for the second time, David. I'll call on David Fabaza. He'll be accompanied by Mr. George Akara, who is the country team lead. David is the senior technical advisor for USAID WASH-FIN 2. David, thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Good morning. As Isaac mentioned, I'm David Fabaza. I'm a technical advisor with the WASH-FIN 2, USAID's Water Sanitation Hygiene 2, WASH-FIN 2 program. at the global level. I'll talk a bit about the global WASH-FIN 2 project and then turn it over to George Akalor, who is the country team leader for our new activity here in Liberia. And he'll talk about what the project is going to be doing here in country. So I know the team has already engaged a lot of the folks in this room in various fora, especially the folks from USAID, but other stakeholders as well. I think some folks may have attended George's presentation at the National WASH Commission event a few weeks ago. So that's all great. I'll keep my remarks short because I know a lot of folks here are already starting to be familiar with the program. So USAID's WASH-FIN 2 is a global project with activities in several different countries around the world, including Kenya, Ghana, India, and now activities in Liberia and also Rwanda. At the global level, USAID's goal with this program is to help mobilize funding to the WASH sector, essentially. And the project aims to do that through 4 components. They're on this banner here. Strengthening WASH sector governance, being primary among them. Then improving the performance of WASH sector service providers, mobilizing finance, of course, and advancing global learning and partnerships in the sector. So we do intend to, through this program, to work across all of those components here in Liberia, but the focus will be primarily here on improving service provider performance by partnering directly with LWSC, as Christian and others mentioned. LWSC is our primary counterpart here. To unlock finance, of course, that requires setting a solid foundation, as MD also remarked about, establishing a track record of technical and financial performance, and demonstrating that the entity is on a path towards creditworthiness. The global project also has, and the Liberia project also has the ability to invest in small-scale infrastructure improvements. So the project will be doing that as well. George will talk about that. And those will be more smaller amounts, but strategic investments that we hope can catalyze broader change. So before handing it over to George to talk about the program here, I'd just like to say that I've been to Liberia a couple of times in recent months as we prepared to start our activity here. And I've had the pleasure of engaging directly with Managing Director Mo Ali, members of his management team, and members of the board. And as was remarked by Deputy Minister, it's been very refreshing and exciting to see their dedication and drive to make strides to improve LWSC's performance, and all this in the context of the President's arrest agenda. So we're looking forward to partnering to provide targeted technical assistance and infrastructure support to improve LWSC's performance and reestablish that critical trust with LWSC's customers, within the national government, and with potential external funding entities, which, as I mentioned, is kind of the long-term goal. So thanks very much, and I invite George to come up and talk about the program here in Liberia.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Managing Director, Honorable Deputy MDs, Honorable colleagues from the USAID, ladies and gentlemen, I stand on existing protocol and add a few things to what Dave has said. WASH-FIN 2 Liberia, we've been on the ground since September, and during that period, we've been working with USAID and to refine our scope of work, and it will continue to evolve based on initial findings. But it includes 3 main activities. One, the first activity is improving service provider performance and expanding water services in secondary cities. Under this activity, we intend to provide technical assistance in Salukweli, Ganjama, and Robertsport, the cities where USAID previously invested in solar power treatment and distribution systems to help ensure those systems move quickly towards financial and technical sustainability. Also, under this activity, we intend to support our other outstations, which previously African Development Bank has supported rehabilitation in, but are no longer operating. that is Takata, Buchanan, and Zwedru. A few weeks ago, we started our feasibility work in Buchanan and Kakata. We had our team of engineers from Tetratek Home Office who came down to work together with Water and Sewer to start that process. And we are hoping that during the life of the project, we'll be able to get water flowing in those systems again. Likely with the addition of solar power to increase reliability and reduce operating costs. Our second main activity is helping Water and Sewer, that's at the Monrovia level, the headquarters level, improve its financial performance. Notably here in Monrovia, this is of course the one that is linked to this strategic planning workshop. Water and Sewer requested support with their strategic planning, which we agreed made sense as an initial activity, helping them to take stock of past performance and prioritize where Water and Sewer should invest its limited time and resources to most effectively improve their performance. From among the top priorities emerging from the strategic planning, we expect to provide technical assistance on critical interventions, focusing on those that can be implemented in the short term to boost revenue and reduce costs. We also stand ready to coordinate with other sector actors on broader sector governance issues. We recognize there are institutional overlaps and gaps regarding performance monitoring, regulation, and accountability. Our focus will be more on working with Water and Sewer itself, but we will coordinate with actors working on broader sector governance. Also, as my colleague Dave noted, one of our areas of focus is on knowledge sharing and partnerships. So we intend to cultivate those relationships, particularly with those of our partners that are working in the sector here, and share information and learning as much as possible. Finally, we have limited scope related to fecal sludge management in Monrovia. That's the third activity. This will start with an assessment and engagement with Water and Sewer on how to optimize existing assets and management. On that note, I'll say thank you for your attention. We very much look forward to working with all of you on this new program. And with that, I turn to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have the foundation, we have the Bible, we got some of the instructions, we got a Christian, Smith. Now I would like to recognize the presence of another Christian, the Christian. These are all the framework support system for this effort. And just as George and David have outlined, the program that WASH-FIN has to support the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation covers multiple areas, and it's all significant to what Water and Sewer will want to do, and we really appreciate that. We now call on Dr. Khalifa Bilite, the Chairman Board of Directors of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, and who was my senior accountant. Never saw him nearly 42 years. We're excited to see him the other day in New York. Welcome, Dr. Bilite.
Imagine going to school with someone and not seeing him for 2 years. I looked at him, I said, I think I know this big, but and I stood there, he looked at me too, I said, okay. No, it's a great feeling to be here this morning, to be talking about water and our country, our deputy managing directors, our colleagues from USAID, other government institutions here present, our partners in the Water and Sanitation Center. Today is a great day because without a plan, it is often impossible to know where you're going, how you're going to get there, how long it's going to take, how much it's going to cost. So this is a very, very important exercise that will lead us into 2025 and beyond. We are very, very excited because we made a commitment earlier on this year in a meeting to protect them. By all means, we should all galvanize all efforts to make sure that the plan will be ready before the end of the year. I think we are on our way to achieving that goal. With a blueprint in hand, we enter 2025 emboldened, bold, courageous to embark upon some very challenging and difficult tests. As the MD and others have mentioned earlier, we are faced with numerous challenges, but there's nothing more important than providing and making sure that all the citizens of this republic have access to clean, sufficient, and adequate water. That's life. And any one of us in this room is about to ask you what your own preference for cutting off the light in your home or water. Most people prefer water because we cannot survive and live without it. It is one of those aspects of life that we often take for granted. Only when in its absence we recognize how important it is. So this is a very, very important exercise as a cornerstone of the arrest agenda for this country. I want to thank you all for coming, and I look forward to working with you all in the next 2 days to make sure that at the end of this workshop, we'll have a blueprint in terms of how we move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Our next item is from the Minister of Public Works, Mr. Roland Giddings. I don't see him here. I don't know if there's a representative from Public Works. If not, we'll close this section. And we really appreciate the presence of everybody here, hopefully. But we have to recognize a couple more people. Okay. The MD made reference to them. And David also talked about working with them and George. But there are other donor partners here. The African Development Bank is represented here. The World Bank is represented here, as well as other USAID project leads and program directors who will impact this process significantly. So without directly naming it, we just want to recognize the presence and appreciate you for coming. And we know that you have a lot of contributions to make to this process. So we end this session and have a coffee break, and that will be like 10 minutes. Hopefully, and then we can resume the next is our agenda, which will be looking at the vision and mission and touching on the values of Labrador Water and Sewer Corporation. So we can start thinking in that direction, and we'll go through more detail as soon as that session starts. So thank you, and let's take a break.